For this week's class, I want you to do an actual experiment. Normally when we do this in class, we do this with actual termites, and I've simulated some termites for you so that we can do this anyway. The first thing I want you to do, all science starts with an observation. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to make observations. And to do so, you have the Google site where you can go on the Google site, which shows you videos of termite behaviors. There are more of these videos on this playlist, on this YouTube playlist I made. So however many videos you want to watch, you just knock yourself out, watch videos. Then based on those videos, you can develop hypotheses. And I want you to think of 3 different things you could be hypothesizing. What do you think, based on what you saw, what's going on here? Then you're going to select one of those hypotheses that you're going to test. As you're thinking about what you're testing, I want you to think a little bit about what it is. So you've done these observations, and what you're going to see is that termites are following some lines. They're following some lines, they're not following others. So clearly there's a difference in something about these specific lines, right? And so think about what it is that you're going to do. First of all, you got to think about what you're going to measure. You could measure things like time, right? How much time the termite spends on a specific line. Or you can measure distance, how much distance the termite actually, followed that line on. That thing that's what you're measuring, that's called the dependent variable or the responding variable, because that's the outcome of the experiment, right? You also got to think about what it is you're testing. So what you're testing could be something like what color. You could vary the color of the pens, right? And you need to make sure that you're holding all the rest of the variables constant. I want you to make sure that you get a table. Draw a table to get yourself organized. How much, whatever it is you're measuring. How many termites you're gonna do this with. So those are the kinds of things that you want to think about before you start with your step-by-step procedure. Then provide a step-by-step procedure for what it is you're going to do. Collect the data. The way you're going to collect the data is you're going to go back to the Google site, and what I did is I simulated some termites for you. So I've got, if you click on these links, there are a bunch of different videos, and each of them is different. And if you click on, for example, for the red marker, it directs you to a YouTube video. And on this YouTube video, you've got a termite running around on the video. And, you look at, whether you have following behavior or not, or are they just kind of walking around randomly, or how does this work? So you're going to collect that data on the markers and pens that you chose to do the data on. Then you're going to analyze your data. And then we're going to, I've got a discussion board that I want you to go on. And on this discussion board, I want you to share your results with your classmates. And then we'll talk about why not everybody may have come up with the same results. There are some questions, like on this activity set, there are some questions that are relatively easy to answer, right? This one is just a sentence. This one is literally just a word. So those questions, when you go to Google, there's a quiz where this activity question set, if you click on it, it gets you to a quiz. You just hit begin. Hopefully it'll allow me to do that. Come on, baby, come up. And so the you can record your observations here on this quiz, and your hypothesis. So some of those questions are on here. And as a matter of fact, some of the questions are just multiple choice questions. Some of them are multiple answer. So this is not necessarily what you are doing. It's what you could be doing. So put these questions in here, but the things you're graphing that are going to be hard, close the window. The things you're graphing should go on a discussion board. After you submit your questions, you can then submit a picture of your procedure, your data, and your data analysis here. So the things that are bigger, put them on here, and we'll try to talk about what your findings were and what you learned from the experience.